Welcome to the Year 9 Virtual Options evening. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about dance as Head of Performing Arts. So it's my job to oversee dance, but it is not my job to teach dance, thank goodness. So I'm responsible for ensuring you get a great deal in lessons and ensuring that your specifications have been fully met. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of an overview. I started with a quote. It says, "Dance is the hidden language of the soul of the body." Oh, I like that quote. I saw it and it really stood out to me. The hidden language of the soul of the body. In other words, that's our way of, it's just such a great way of communicating our true feelings through dance. What is the subject about? Well, 3 areas. Firstly, performing. It's a performing art. That's what we're about. So how can you perform successfully and develop your confidence? How can you work with others? Because when you're taking dance as a GCSE option, you're going to have to work with other people, regardless of their ability. So are you able to work with them? Are you able to, or are you going to work against them to try and show yourself off perhaps? That's absolutely not what we're looking for. We're looking for somebody who can, that's able to take dance, take this language of the soul and use it to get the best out of other people. You'll be focusing on choreographing, so that means you writing or creating your own dance routines. How effectively can you write them for dance? Can you work on a project for a long period of time? It's not going to be the kind of subject whereby you can just do it in a lesson. Yep, that's the job done choreographed. It's going to be something that's going to be worked on over a long period of time, and it requires you to have the resilience to do that. And then appreciation. Can you understand a range of dance styles? Can you understand why they've used those specific moves? Can you understand that with regards to the context and the purpose of them? So, what will you study over the course of a dance GCSE? So in Year 10, you'll start off looking at safe working practices before embarking on a range of professional works and styles for performance. And analysis. So in other words, you'll look at a range of performers, you'll look at a group, some dance troupes, and you'll say, this is what they're doing, these are the key features, and then we're going to try it. We're going to try and meet them, we're going to try and do them ourselves. You'll perform in solos on your own, and you'll need to feel comfortable doing that because that's going to happen. You're going to need to work in duets or as a trio, and in small groups, and you're going to perform to an audience. There's no point speaking a language for you to only speak to yourself. That's a waste of time. So you need to be able to be confident and to work towards performing in front of your peers in a dance performance. Also, not only within your peers, we'll also be putting on regular shows and events throughout the year for you to perform in front of maybe your non-dance peers, maybe your parents, perhaps your year group. In Year 11, you'll continue to develop your understanding from Year 10, preparing a range of assessments for solo performance, duet trios, and again, your group choreography. And there are lots of focus on internal assessment. So 60% of the course will be based on internal assessment. That means that you can do it. If it doesn't go quite right, we can do it again. We can work on it. We can keep improving and practicing your work. And it means by the time you get to sort of February half term latest, you will have 60% of your course done. February half term of Year 11, 60% of your course will be done. You can have a grade. We can say this is where you're working, which means it's quite nice by the time you go into your exam, you can almost know how many marks you need to get to reach your target grade. So the exam breakdown, there's just 2 components. It is your performance and choreography, which is your non-examined assessment. In other words, it's kind of like coursework. That'll be performance, so a set phrase that you'll perform in solo, and it needs to be a minute long. That means it's not something that you have created yourself, it's a pre-existing set phrase. Duets and trios, or trio should I say, 3 minutes in duration, 3 minutes in total. That's a long time to dance for, so it's a big extended piece. And then a solo or group choreography, 2 minutes in duration if you're doing it as a solo, or 3 minutes if you do it as a group. So that's your choreographing, you're creating a new dance. And then the second component is your dance appreciation. So that's 40%, and it takes the form of a written exam that takes an hour and a half. That's 40% of your course. So again, if you're thinking about taking dance, you need to be ready and expecting that writing forms up almost half of your GCSE. So why should you take dance as a subject? Well, if you're already dancing outside of school, this is such a great opportunity for you to gain one of your GCSEs in it. Could this be, if you're already doing it outside of school, could this be an opportunity for you to get a really high grade above and beyond your target grade? If you're a creative person and you want to learn to become a better dancer, this is going to give you the chance. It's going to give you dedicated time every week, not just once a week or on a Saturday. It means you can, throughout your school day, you can commit your time to improving your craft. And if that's what you're passionate about, then it's such a great opportunity to do that. And if you love performing, you love working with other people, because remember, you may not be working with your friends. You will probably make new friends by taking Dance GCSE, perhaps from both sides of the year that you maybe never have spoken to before. You're willing to get involved and commit to your after school time, you're willing to get involved in extracurricular and contribute to the creative and performance ethos of the school, then this would be a great option for you to take. Why is dance relevant? Why is it important? Well, creativity is going to be one of the most in-demand skills for businesses. The World Economic Forum, which is basically a group of senior business leaders, voted that creativity was the most important workplace skill for their businesses to survive and grow. Now, what that means is that even if you don't want to become a dancer when you're older, even if you don't want to work within the industry, by taking a Dance GCSE, it means that you're able to demonstrate your creativity, your ability to work with groups, to work with other people, to perform, to stand up and improvise. It's going to give you a great skill set that you can really show off and have something demonstrable on your CV. Yes, I got a 7 in dance, or whatever it may well be. So what careers could dance lead you to? Well, it's an obvious choice if you want to become a dancer. It's an obvious choice if you want to become, to work in the industry, a choreographer, stage designer, or even if you wanted to work maybe in fitness, as maybe a fitness instructor, for example. It's an obvious choice. But what might be a less obvious choice is if you just want to develop your skill set and leave school with a broad and balanced skill set. You want to have a wide range skill set. Because like we saw from the business leaders from the World Economic Forum, they want creative people to be in their businesses. So by having that on your CV as a GCSE, it's not seen as a soft option, it's seen as somebody who is creative and able to work to deadlines, to work with other people. What other subjects do you get the opportunity to do that apart from in the performing arts? It also can lead on to A-level studies, so there are A-levels in dance, you can do a degree in dance, but it may well lead on to something like BTEC performance or BTEC PE, for example, or GCSE, or A-level, should I say, A-level PE. It may well be used as a useful stepping stone for those types of courses as well. Before you choose dance as a GCSE, I want you to think about these 5 questions. I want you to think about them carefully. Number 1, are you willing to stay behind after school? Are you willing to stay behind and commit to staying behind in preparation for a public performance? If that's something you feel you're not able to do, well, it may just make things a little bit more tricky if that's a subject you want to take. Are you interested in choreographing your own pieces of dance? Are you interested in creating dance routines yourself? Are you interested in learning professional works of other choreographers? So not necessarily just doing your own choreography, but looking at other performers and taking the different parts, different elements, different dance elements of their performances and applying them and performing them with high levels of accuracy. Are you willing to contribute to the whole school ethos, to performance? We know it's something that we value really highly at Chertsey High School. Are you going to join the extracurricular clubs? Will you be there on all the extracurricular events? And do you want to be able to discuss dance in a critical or convincing manner, rather than just saying, yeah, it was good, I enjoyed it. My final quote to leave you with is, if you can dance and be free and not be embarrassed, you can rule the world. That is what the World Economic Forum is talking about. That is what those businesses are speaking about. If you can dance and be free and not be embarrassed, you can do anything. So I want that to be your takeaway message as you go and choose your options.